Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our neck of the woods.
How's everybody doing today? I guess we have to let people get on. That's okay. I think we're probably dropping people because we haven't been around every day of the week here lately, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I
It
can't
is the
dedicate my
holidays.
life
I
to
mean,
YouTube.
You know. It is the holidays.
Hey.
There he is.
You know, Anna, you can say hello too, even though nobody's here yet.
All right.
It's only us guys.
Look
Robert.
good.
Hi,
You hear
Anna.
you? There he is.
Why don't know? That's weird. It don't work
Good
through the
morning.
thing.
Huh.
Hold on now. Don't go on. Let me get a token. Me,
We're already live. We are live, sir.
honey. I mean, Heather,
Honey. Cares if you call her honey.
Turn into Corlin. Everybody's honey.
Well, everybody's babe for me.
When
or
we-
hun.
Hey, when I was
Yeah,
growing
I'm
up,
babe too. I call everyone babe.
Hey, babe. Hey,
Mom
babe.
and Dad always called us hun.
When I was
Oh.
when I was young, I called everybody dude. Now I call everybody hun. Hey hun.
And my brother hates that.
I called everybody Doug.
There's B Dog. Hello,
Me
everybody.
dog.
Hey, no.
Hey,
Good to
B
see you
Dog.
guys. Snowstorms. How bad you get hit up there?
Hey, B
Now it says
Dog.
nobody's watching. Somebody's eyes are watching. Anywho, welcome.
It always feels like
Turn the volume up.
Alrighty. Everybody's got your sound checks done?
Sound check, sound check. Yep, I hear the dogs in the bark.
Good morning, Anna.
1, 2, 3. Hello, Robert.
Check. We got new technology coming aboard.
That's right. That's right.
Speaking of new technology, have you guys seen the 90.10S medbed technology?
Nope.
A foot of snow and sunny. Lovely then.
Well, that's cool.
It is some pretty interestingly amazing stuff. I will tell you that. The technology for it is astounding, and it works much as we were told it was going to work. Only it's like a
Personal home device.
yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And I will pop the link in chat so you guys can go check it out if you want. Oh, it's not.
It didn't take it?
Case?
I didn't take it.
Okay, I got this. I got this.
I must not have clicked it right. It's at the bottom.
All the way at the bottom,
Mhm. All the way at the bottom.
It's got a mute button too, I think.
No, I mean leaning.
Jeff's gonna teach me all this.
I mean leaning over and spinning.
Okay, this is the 9010. This is a link for you guys to go.
Why isn't it doing
Okay.
control?
Well, it won't do it there. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can get it to.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
Okay, let's bring up a new window.
I will do that.
Yep.
I will do that.
Let's see if that does.
Pretty interesting stuff. I want you guys to check it out before we really talk about it because
Yeah, and
I don't
we
want to be the
go
only
in.
one talking about it. And I like to get a second set of eyes on all the information. So, but
And there is a YouTube channel for it.
Yeah, that's. Who's in there? Is this B Dog?
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's,
yeah,
now,
I think just be.
that's kind of the way we want to start
What's
doing
that?
things. Sharing information. Everybody checks it out. Then we have a big talk about it. That's cool. Here.
Heck yeah. There we go.
Boom.
Right on.
Get everybody involved.
I don't know what that.
I really think you guys are going to enjoy checking this stuff out. honestly. Jeff and I were checking out a lot of it this morning. There's a lot more to check out. I want to
Yeah.
do some more.
We did almost a couple hours worth of just looking and reading and videos and all kinds of different stuff. Fun.
These
Settle
are in use though, and the thing about everybody talks about med beds and they think you're a conspiracy theorist if you think med beds are real, or they think you're part of this whatever that whole group of swarming whatever they are out there.
Stop.
You don't have to be part of a clique to believe that this technology does exist. It's been there all along, you guys. It's all about frequency. It's all about energy. And it actually was the inspiration for the title today. What filter are you using? Because some of the technology is being explained as a neutral white light, neutral frequency. Your intent is like the colored filter you put over it to heal whatever you're healing, you're wanting to do. Physical as well as spiritual and emotional healing. And I thought that was notable personally. I think that is some fantastic stuff. Like I said, I want to do some more research on it. I'm going to completely understand the process before I talk about it more in depth.
Yep, we're going to throw it out today and then take this link. Whomever sees this, we're going to put another show up and we're going to discuss about the med bed and
you guys want to get in on that
everything
action?
we learn.
You betcha.
Sounds interesting.
We're talking about people who are healing long-term neural damage, quadriplegia, and I don't know if any of you guys have ever known somebody who's been paralyzed or partially paralyzed. There's an entire other set of medical rules that apply to them because of the different areas of the body that shut down and do not perform functions very well. So there's an entire that is a big Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole of medical conditions associated with plegia of any sort, any kind of paralysis. So just amazing to me because wow, right?
I would find that very interesting to find out what that kind of technology does for a person that has multiple sclerosis.
I'm going to tell you right now.
I guess
it will do what it needs to do. Yeah, this can work. This works at a cellular level. And the thing about the med beds, okay, a lot of people have talked about it over and over again, but I don't think anybody's understanding that this isn't something that you can just simply climb into it. It's a one-time use, and it's a cure, and you're going to be looking like you're 25 and feeling like you're 15. And there is intent. Right. There's intent, and there is focus of your energy. This is you using the technology to heal yourself, in essence. This isn't that something else outside of you doing it for you. This is you plugging in with this technology and utilizing it to heal yourself. Because it's your subconscious that's healing you. It's your higher self that's doing the healing. The machine is only adding, to regenerate. And that's the thing. It works with intent, and it works with energy. It works with frequency. And we are all energy, right? Every little atom and molecule of our body. So yeah, why couldn't we rearrange and regrow? You know what? We can show them the pictures of this without getting in trouble.
Yes,
I think
we can. Yeah, we can show.
Hold on, guys. We'll do a screen share. This is the tab, the link that we put into the chat there. I was really just fascinated. Now, do you see in this little picture here how it looks holographic, right? You see how that's working?
Yes.
The cube at the bottom of the bed is kind of like your tesseract. that is your and for those of you who are not Marvel fans, the Tesseract is this cube of power, of infinite, unlimited power, quantum power. And so your cube is essentially the brain battery cell of the technology that is being used to scan and heal your body, to add in the light coding and the frequency. So your intent, be it for good or bad, if you lay down in that bed with a negative thought, what are you going to do to yourself? So this is how important intent is, and how important focus is as well.
I think it actually helps you connect with the self-healing program already inside of us.
That's what that's exactly where I was going to go with it. But I want to understand more about it. But essentially, this is what they're telling us, is that we can heal ourselves. So even if imagine, now a lot of people are going to need this technology because they're not going to be able to unlock all the programming that they've already received without the help of something like this, right? And one of the most fantastic reviews I watched today, the lady said she got in there and she asked the machine to open her energy centers. But most importantly, she asked the machine to help her get rid of all the pre-programmed crap that she has had all of her life. And she woke up knowing she was able to do a lot more things, feeling better. And it was like really the start of her journey. And she talked about, it was like walking out into the world and seeing it for the first time with the eyes of a child. And I thought that was for me, that was very powerful, because you guys know I talk about that, seeing through the lens of a child and understanding the wonderment in the world,
Look at that. Fly.
Yeah, that'll have to be plugged in soon. Okay.
Good morning.
Anyway,
good afternoon, DT.
Hey, DT. Oh, I'm sure it can not only help with that, but regenerate the tissue. They say they can get rid of scars. Like I said, this is a physical. Here's the beauty of this. I think it's like Robert said, it's tapping into your higher self ability to heal your body, to heal your spirit, to heal your emotions, all of it. I think it's an all-in-one deal. But if this technology can help us do this, then what can we do on our own once we realize and can maybe find the key to that, right? Oh, look at that. It is a Tesseract.
Slowly trying to go with you as you're kind of
Sorry.
talking there.
Well, I kind of jumped.
Nailing
I
almost
jumped
everything right down
all
the
over
line
the
there,
place.
so you're doing good. There's your Tesseract. And like she was saying, the what I was listening to and what I have read so far is when you get this, it's a setup thing. You have to set it all up. It comes as this box, and the programming, the operating system's there. What you're supposed to do is you take a picture of your bed and you put the image into where you're supposed to on the program, and then it knows that's where it's supposed to do its healing. It's where then your med bed is connected to your bed.
Yeah.
Then you do a body scan, and you also want to have a list of things that you want to fix. So say you'd have like a scar from a burn, and you'd like to get that fixed and make it just, make it look like your normal skin. Then you can go, after it's done scanning, you can ask it to fix what you're asking it to fix, but it will also fix things that need to be fixed before those get fixed.
That's awesome, P-Dog. See, we do have the power.
And that was the point where she's coming at
Hey, Chef.
with having exactly the power, and the power of telling it what you want and just being in a good vibe You
It's
can
kind of
ask
like
it to get rid of your anxiety.
it's kind
You
of like a
can-
booster cell for your higher self.
Yep. You can ask it to get rid of your depression. And in some of these situations, there's way more depth to what we're talking about on each little subject or word,
We'll
because
post the link
certain
again.
things take time.
Yeah.
Some things that would be easy for some will be hard for others. A traumatic period in your life.
It's already on there.
Did we already do it again?
Should still be the
All right. There you are.
there.
There's
Okay,
the
there's
link
the
again.
link, Shep. And they're reasonably affordable for the technology that they are, if you ask me. I know it's a lot of money. Not that I have that kind of stuff laying around, but not bad.
It's
Really
a
not.
one-time purchase, and you get the med bed, and then you also get the cube. But you don't get the cube until after you purchase the med bed. Like I said, when I just said, it's a one-time purchase. You purchase it once. It comes with all software. If you lose power, it still is powered by the quantum energy field. There are no extra programs because it is within the quantum, basically quantum system, quantum matrix, and it knows every language. So when you go in and you start talking to it, it knows exactly not who you are per se, but it will, but knows how to communicate in that term. There's all kinds of things that can get done. Was her name right? Sky Prince.
Yeah.
She was another
Lady
YouTuber
Sky
that
Prince.
talks about these med beds. She nailed it right on. It can do whatever you want it to do. Regenerate your eyes. You can get
What was
teeth
it?
back.
Raven. Grow.
Really cool. I'm going to scroll down just a second here. Now, you don't actually get this med bed. I'm going to show Shep real quick what it kind of looks like.
Oh,
And when you get it, you get this little cube down here. Now, I don't know if you'll actually see the actual
Holograph.
holographic look. That I can't answer to you. That's something I don't know.
Like I said, I've got some more research to do on it. But
Yep.
I
Let me
thought
take
you
you
guys
back
might
down
like
here.
to research some of that too.
Here's that one, and then here, guaranteed functionality. That's not the one. Faster than light technology.
There are people that have these beds in their homes already.
Yep. I've listened to several testimonials. If you guys go to the link that's in the chat, it'll take you, and all the way at the bottom of the webpage are the videos, and you also start seeing them on YouTube now. Here's another one that's coming up real soon. Your DNA. You can reprogram your DNA. And what it states here is record your DNA and stop your ancestors' old programs. The possibility to program the 9010 medbed yourself will be opened to you in March of 2022. It's a free update to the machine. You don't even have to pay for it. When you get this, you're basically programming it. You don't really program. You're just making it fix you. You can have the machine for 3 beds in your home. It can do a couch if you want it to be a couch or a chair that you sit in. The cube also is a step up of the technology. So if you wanted to put your pillow in the cube, you could energize your pillow with high energy.
You can energize
frequencies
objects. Yeah.
Objects, yep, that you frequently are around
like
every
your
day.
wedding ring, a pair of earrings that you wear, a certain
Earbuds.
necklace. You
What
can
else?
charge it just like you would a
Glasses.
crystal
Scarf.
with energy for healing or
There you
for
go.
peace or for relaxation, to keep your anxiety low for those of us that suffer high anxiety. Those kind of things. You can charge objects with these frequencies and with the light, just like you would crystals.
And then it was another thing that I liked about it was that it's a partner thing too. If you got a partner, it can still go on the same bed. If Heather wants to heal that night and get something fixed, it will just heal her and her only. If I want something done to myself, it'll heal me and me only. but we can be both in the same bed, but it will not affect either of us on what we're wanting it to do. And that was another positive thing for the
Yeah.
med bed. And then also, since it's 3 beds, we could have it on our bed. We can put one on Raina. We can put it up on Raina's bed. And then we have 2 beds on the same program, and Raina can ask it to heal herself or make herself feel a little better. She wants to get rid of the sniffle or something, or whatever the case may be. You know,
But remember, this is the kind of technology that they talk about that runs on your intent and your ability to focus.
Yep, that's the
that
thing.
focus
Focusing.
is going to be really important.
Positive energy.
So you have to figure out how to put your focus into the area that you need it.
Hey,
then,
Tracy wants one.
I want one too.
I think it.
Hey,
it sounds like it's affordable, like a used vehicle.
Wow, DT. Check out the link, you guys, and
it's right in there.
Check it out. I mean,
here, I know it's in here. I did check it out.
Even if you lived in a small town,
he takes 118 pills.
Say you live in a small town, right? And you guys all wanted to go in on one together.
You could do this.
You could set it up in a small building, 3 different beds, 3 different areas, right? Because that's what you can have. You can all donate in the money together. What I'm saying is, with this technology being available, more than just a household could be healed. I mean, you could set this up in a local little shack. Everybody pitch in and buy it, and everybody reaps the benefits of it.
Sorry, guys.
You know what I mean? How beautiful would that be? Because they're not for like an individual person. If somebody came to my house injured, I could put them in my bed and they could heal. You see?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's shareable.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not like coded into your specific DNA, and I think that is the beauty if you're going to really be about technology. And what's the price? About $2,500 or something? Which
$2,350 for the med bed and $1,200 for the cube, and that's what I'm trying to find right now for you guys. And I just had that tab up here, and I took it down, and that's my fault. Give me a minute. Because it does sit in here, and it said somewhere how much does it cost.
But this is something, really, we just wanted to share this with you guys and let you go look through it.
Yeah.
I mean,
you will find the price for it.
And
it's in here.
That's the thing. You set this up in your home. You wouldn't even have to charge nobody. You could get everybody in their highest health. I mean, gosh, oh my Lord. I wish I had that kind of dough.
Yeah,
to throw around.
I'd be building myself.
It would already be ordered and on its way.
Yep.
If I had that kind of dough, and you would all have an invitation to show up.
Try it. Absolutely. There we go. I found it. Okay, if you guys scroll down the page, if you have the page up, and you read underneath, test the 90.10.R medbed free of charge. Looks kind of like this with a yellow tab down here. In the facts, little tab right here, if you can see, click on that, and that will bring up.
They can't see it because you're only sharing one screen.
That will bring up this one right here. Give me a second.
Uh-oh, Anna dropped.
Uh-oh.
A lot of technical issues today.
Yeah.
There we go. Sure. There we go. Just to make sure. All right. I'm going to go big screen on this one. Best I can for y'all.
Hey, Chuck.
All right. Hey, Chuck. All right.
Hello, Chuck. Hello, love pugs.
Right here, right at the top, is how much does med bed cost?
And where can I buy it?
It costs €2,358 euro. It is currently the only virtual med bed in the world whose effectiveness is significantly
scientifically proven.
Yeah, sorry. And then there's the cube that goes with it, and that's $1,200 and I gotta find it. I can't remember where it's at. I think it's here. It is. there's links on all of this. There's a link right here to go how to find it and purchase it. And I can't show you that right now. It's going on to the next screen. And then there's another one that tells you about the cube. And then that one, I'll get all this so we can get it in the description below. But
An hour later, I bet I could explain how we got into an hour-long discussion about it. Well, you know, yeah.
What'd they say?
Shep was saying all in all about 5K out the door, not bad. Just need silver to go up.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah. Well, listen, and what this is part of this all ties in to what filter are you using, because the filter on your eyeballs can keep you from seeing things as well as lightening you to seeing other things. Right. So if Jeff and I hadn't been open to the idea of this, we wouldn't have come across it. We wouldn't have checked it out. We wouldn't have done a little bit of more research. You see? So what filter you're using is important, because that's what helps you to see things outside of your normal purview. But I've seen a lot of this type of technology being developed out there, and it does exist. People understand frequencies and energy and how it affects our bodies. And that's why you'll see these little discs that can go on your phone, or the little like computer bar that goes on your laptop or whatever, to protect your body from the harmful frequencies that are being given out that you don't understand. And they're subtle, but they're there. We've all had the days with headaches after we've been on the computer too long, or on the phone too long, or I don't even talk with my phone up by my head anymore. If you call me, you are automatically on speakerphone. You should know that about me. Ask anybody that calls me. You are going to be on speakerphone.
Yeah.
I don't put that thing to my head anymore. And I stopped having headaches from it. Heck yeah, man. Wouldn't that be epic? I would love to have y'all would have an invitation if we had a med bed. You would all have an invitation.
And here, yep, that was one of the things with this med bed. It doesn't matter who it is. If we have one in our home and we were to invite the whole entire neighborhood down, and we can heal anybody. That's
that's the beauty of
the
this.
Beauty and benefit of it.
Yeah,
that's the beauty and benefit of it.
And so, we watched a couple of the people who did the I guess you call them reviews. They were talking about their experiences with this technology, because they've had the opportunity to check it out already. Heck yeah, man. If I could, I would, Chuck. I would heal the masses.
Absolutely.
I would heal them of more than just the physical. I would want them to I'd want them to see through a different filter, or at least have an understanding. Yeah. Yeah, I get it, love bugs. I do. But yeah, I mean, if you think about that, man, even in a small community, you could get a couple investors. $5,000 wouldn't be hard to come up with for something like this. Yes, spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical healing. Imagine what our world would be like if we could get rid of those old mind constructs.
I think we could put one down in like a health center somewhere, like an exercise place, like a gym. If we could rent a space somewhere there or something,
get rid of the
what would our world, right? If we could get rid of the programming, the warlike mindset, all that, what kind of world could we create?
Yes, Don, you're absolutely correct. There are different med beds, all different levels of healing. You're absolutely correct on that.
whenever you deal with technology, you're going to run across things. And here was my point about the technology. The technology does exist, right? But here's the other thing. That technology is plugging into your higher self and helping your higher self heal you.
To do what it's
Now,
supposed to do, right?
exactly.
Most
So that means, and I want you guys to understand this, I want
And
you to
then
hear
but
me,
your body doesn't rest.
is that we have that power ourselves without this technology. We have that ability. We have to find the keys to unlocking it. So if I only had a 1 8-hour session in this bed as a test, do you know what I would want? The keys to unlock to my higher self so I could know how to heal myself and others. Yes, I will put the link again in chat here. And I want you guys to go check this stuff out. Because like I said, how many people do you know would pull in together for buying something like this so that everybody could benefit from it?
If you actually found 100 people, I mean, a couple
Do you
hundred
know,
people,
and some of you guys out there, you know
community.
good doctors who have fought against all this bullshit. Could you go to their office? Could you talk to them? Could you pass on this link to them and say, hey, what about setting this up as a healing center? What about investing in one of these? Huh? I don't know. Probably. I don't know, Chuck. I've read that it will. I've also read that it won't because of the change in the DNA. Here's what I've read about that, and I'll go ahead and share this with you guys. This is the understanding I have. That may change as my research goes deeper. But what I understand is that the mRNA actually alters the DNA of a person. And so without an original source of DNA before the mRNA altered it, they will be able to treat all the symptoms, yes, but they will not be able to put you back to your original DNA. They will only be able to treat the symptoms of the current whatever. Hey, Shift. Oh, we missed you guys too. It's just been a hectic holiday season, and sometimes it's good to take time off and relax. Family. More remote.
Huh?
It does. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and being as nanobots are technology, I assume that if you went into a med bed with the right intent, say the intent was to remove any and all foreign substances from this vehicle, you probably could. I assume that a lot of this is going to be about intent. And so your only limitations are going to be those that you've created yourself. That's what I would assume. What do you think, Robert?
I think it already. Carlene just said she had a dream about it or whatever. She was thinking about it, and the show comes up to it.
Really?
For those who know that it's really in us to do this, I think it'll really help them.
Yeah.
Just this morning I didn't sleep last night. I couldn't go to sleep. And I was like, thinking about the self-healing properties we all have. And I was like thinking about the extensiveness of that, and that it's all a matter of, like you said, intention. And that
I've been searching for the key to unlock that.
Yes.
I want that doorway. That's the doorway I search for. See, in all my studies and all the things that I look at, they all lead to the same thing, right?
Well,
because
that's the thing about conditioning. Oh, sorry, Heather, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Right, no, you go right ahead, honey.
No, that's what I was going to say about I was agreeing with you about the conditioning too, because it's only conditioning that tells us we can't.
Exactly. What if?
So, but it just was weird because then you guys started talking about it this morning. I'm like, okay, that is serendipity happening right there.
That's right. That's right. The universe comes together. It brings people together in such a way. It often astonishes and amazes me.
Seriously.
because I didn't really plan on talking about this, but I mean, really, I want you guys to think about this. It has been out there. So for all the naysayers and where's the med beds, these are people waiting to have something handed to them.
No, we can't
These
hand
aren't
it to them.
people that are going out and
Here are the
looking.
links. Here they
Right?
are.
Here's
We'll
and
have them in the description below, by the way.
that also is part of the whole you know, thinking about what you are capable of. You are very, very powerful. You were intentionally created that way. You were not a mistake. Somebody shut down part of your function. You have to find the key to unlock that.
Exactly.
Right? And so I think this tech would give us the opportunity to be able to unlock that.
And you know what? You know what I want to say?
Go ahead.
I showed you guys who I used to hang around with and learn with.
Mhm.
I love hanging around people who are looking for the triggers for this stuff.
Yes.
There's a trigger for astral projection. There's a trigger for flying in the Merkaba. There's all these different triggers that make this stuff happen. And anybody that I knew, and I still probably, I'm going to try to stay in more contact with, we're all looking for these triggers.
Yeah. Because we know. We have
Right.
a knowing.
Yes. You get a
And that
taste
doesn't
of it.
come from knowledge. That just comes from you have touched that part of yourself and now you know. You can't ever turn away from that again. Once you see that light, you don't turn back away from it.
And
You
if
don't
you've
go back
ever
to
astral projected, you'll know what I mean.
Yep.
What triggered that? Now you're in search of the trigger of that, or
Yeah.
remote viewing. There's a trigger somewhere. There's these triggers,
Yeah.
But I think
Exactly.
this med bed thing is a trigger because
That's
I
what
know.
I think.
Remember that that clan mother in Canada.
Oh yeah.
He
When we were up there.
diagnosed me with some electronic machine, and no one ever in my lifetime knew exactly when my PSD, what do we call it?
PTSD.
PTSD occurred, and that machine did it. And then when she played this harmonic stuff to me through that machine, I felt better. Just like it sounds just like this med bed thing. It's such strange. Well, if this continue, if we can get more people interested, man, I might be able to get these people to come and be on the show. That girl is amazing, I tell you. I know some
Yeah.
amazing people.
Yeah, and we'd love to talk to her. And that brings up a really good point because Crystal's asking to come up. Honey, I'd love to let you, but we're working on trying to restructure some of the show for the new year. We're gonna maybe do something a little bit different. So as you notice, there's no link anywhere in the chat. Because we felt like it was really important to stay on topic about some of the stuff that we talk about. And so today the topic is one of those that we want to stay kind of focused on. Medbeds is kind of an important thing, and even if we get struck or taken down for this, I don't know if it will happen or not. There are a lot of people putting out stuff now that's still up on the internet, hasn't been taken down yet. But for today, we're going to do it this way. I don't know why Anna dropped out. Maybe her phone got too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and see, the problem with I have PTSD too. A lot of people do. But unless you're willing to go through their programs and take their meds for it or play their games for it, it's hard to get any kind of compensation.
The funny thing you say that is, I didn't know I had it. I know I had a trauma experience, but I didn't know that I had that stuff. PTSD, whatever the hell it is. I never knew I had it. So that
I remember when I got diagnosed with it, think she was a psychologist or a psychotherapist or something. When she diagnosed me with it, she told me I reminded her of a Vietnam vet coming back from the front lines of the war. And I was like, whoa, I wasn't born till that war ended, right? She said, that wasn't a war, it was a conflict. And I was like, yeah, right.
Yeah, between two generals.
Hey, Chuck, that's cool. As long as we know we got it now, you can work with it.
Yeah. Well, and that's
Right.
the thing. Like, if you know the key is inside you, searching for that key, right? I do believe that we have the ability and the potential to do it. Even with or without the technology, I'm sure the technology is going to make it quite a bit easier to access those portions of ourselves. But
And you know what I want to say too?
Right, Don?
If you research deep enough, you're going to find out that you were disconnected from that trigger. That trigger, there wasn't a trigger. You had it in you and you used it. Now they've spliced that DNA in you, and you have to really be spiritual deep to reconnect it. And I think that's what this med bed does. I really do.
Hey, Monty.
That's what I think. I think it's more of a connection to higher self, kind of a translator, if you will.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Or to help us heal ourselves.
It has to. I don't know. It has to. Yeah. It has to sonically. Everything's by sound and shit. So I think it's sound, right? And
sound and light. Yeah.
Energy, right? And the light. Yep.
If you guys even do a little bit of rudimentary study on electricity, you're going to find that it doesn't run the way that they tell you it runs. It doesn't do what they tell you it does. It does more. Energy is everywhere. Energy is in sound. Sound creates light. Light creates sound, vibration. We are literally molecules that vibrate at such a high level that we pull together and make mass. That is literally what we are, right? The whole physical world is actually pretty much an illusion if you can break it down to its energy frequencies.
Yeah. Get away from the...
Yes, we're batteries.
Yep. Exactly.
And knowing that, think about how much power you have. A battery holds not only the ability to hold energy, but also to conduct energy to other areas. So if we're batteries, imagine what we can do once we take that shell off. Okay? Imagine what we can do. We can purify our own energy.
Yep.
And to me, man, it's very potent. It's very heady to think in that manner, because once you understand this part of yourself, this gift that you were given, I want to share that gift with everybody. I want everybody to find their own key to their own higher self door.
Oh, and you know what?
Spread the love.
And you know what? If you deny this, then what do you call it when you hug somebody and it feels really, really good?
It's a transfer of
energy in the purest form. Energy.
Words are energy. Words are energy. That's why they let bullying become a thing, because they knew that words are energy and they know what that does to the psyche of a person.
Yep.
And that's why they allow it to go on in schools and in lower grades and everything. This is why they allow it, because it keeps you in the system. And you guys, I get, people talking about changing the system and fixing the system, and all I got to say is it is still a system. I don't want to be part of that system. I don't run on that operating system. I don't want to do it, and I'm not going to. For me, that's just not.
No.
I feel like I think above that ring, and not that I'm above anybody or anything else. Right? We're all on different places on our pathway, so don't take that the wrong way. But when I see this system, I see it from a place above it, outside of it, if you will. Okay? When I look at the possibilities for this great plane that we call Earth, I see it from an outside view. I try to see it from like my astral self, right? I want to see it from that view so I get a better idea of what this picture has. And in doing so is where you have the ability to co-create, right? Just imagine for 1 minute, just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine for a moment if your house were crystalline and a living organism that you could just interact with. And then a house, a building becomes something more, right? Becomes a home, becomes part of the family. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
I know that sounds fantastical. Okay. A lot of things sound fantastical because that's how we've been programmed.
Yep.
But I want to tell you, you got that creator spark in you, then the possibilities are limitless. Limitless.
And if someone research deep, they can see what sound frequencies and things like that do to water molecules.
Oh, yeah. Cymatics.
You know? Right.
The science
See?
of cymatics is something
Yeah.
that is fantastical. It really is. If you guys have never checked out the geometrical designs that are produced when sound vibration hits water, that's something you might want to look into because it's going to give you a whole bunch more information. And I know you guys have heard us talk about Tartaria. Now you're wondering, how does this tie together? Well, you go look at any of these really old churches, you know, with the steeples on top, which I like to call antennas. And you go look at the cymatic patterns that are in the windows. You look at the, oh man, you can look almost anywhere and find cymatic patterns. They're everywhere. They're literally everywhere.
Abandoned power plants. That's all they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you know, there's something to be said for, and I know there are people out there that are, oh, this, that, and the other, and that doesn't exist, and this doesn't exist. So I'm going to tell you, there's been more that existed on this plane since long before this version of humanoids came along. We've had so many resets. We've had, and I mean, this is an Earth thing, okay?
It's ridiculous, huh?
Yeah.
There's so many.
And exactly, there's so many things that we've been lied to about. Anything that you've been taught probably is a lie. There's probably just enough truth in there that's a real truth, that there are tons of lies around it, and so you just discount it. And so that's part of where your discernment comes in too. You know, when you listen with your heart or you're listening with your spirit, you're going to hear the truth and be able to discard the trash from the truth. But you really got to focus on listening with that intention.
Hey, you know what I want to do? Maybe we'll try doing something.
Yeah, sure.
When how'd you say this? You know how like we do. Maybe when I get my computer running, we can. If people are interested, we could do a study group at night.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be pretty cool. Would you guys be interested in something like that?
Instead of studying this crap, you can freaking study some real stuff that affects you.
This is true.
Not your state, not your country, you.
But
your personal
I imagine
self.
a world with no borders. I imagine and not within the context of the framework that it's in now. I want the systems gone, all those systems.
Yeah, I want everybody
They're all bullshit.
to be
I
happy
think
in their country. You know?
when we talk about freedom and we talk about sovereignty, people misunderstand that you're asking permission to be free from your government. If you're giving them permission to own you, then you go right ahead and ask them for freedom from it. All right? Because I don't know many stories about slaves who just asked for their freedom and received it because they asked for it.
Yeah.
And we're all slaves. Make no mistake.
Yeah.
It's all,
Calculate if you're working for a living, calculate how much money you're making and how much you're paying in taxes.
oh yeah,
How much
B-Dog, I've
money
seen
you're
that
really
one. That is
making
awesome.
after your
All right, have
property
a good day.
taxes, after
Hi,
your
Chuck.
sales taxes. You know, you ain't making nothing.
And I know that's a really scary thought for a lot of people, Robert, to think about how to live without a government, without a system, how to truly be free. They don't understand that. And
Take care, Chuck.
I get that. All right. And then they're like, well, what would we do without this? Or what would we do without that? Or what did the people do before it came? Ask yourself that. What did people do before there was a big government? What did people do before we had a military? What did people do before we had nuclear weapons that needed to be protected? Oh, I know. They didn't blow each other up.
Yep.
Because they recognized that God in me is God in you until that was taken from us.
You know what's kind of strange too? Think about this one. They took away tribe and they put in neighborhood and community.
Yep.
Now
Yep.
it's a tribe. My neighbors we're a tribe because there's only 7 of us here. You know, it's like a tribe. It's not a. I don't know.
And now they're trying to color the word tribe bad. You notice that, right?
Yeah,
In this last year and a half, they've been trying to make it like it's a bad thing. Oh, look, everybody's finding their tribe. Well, tribe implies family. See, and that's what they don't want. They don't want you to catch on to the real
Reason.
meaning of the word and understand it at a level that surpasses what they're trying to do. They're trying to use it as a tool of divisiveness. And listen, I'm going to say this about how they do things. The swastika was once a worldwide, and I want you to listen to that. The swastika was once a worldwide symbol of peace, used by indigenous cultures, used by civilizations all over the planet, all over the plane we live on, everywhere in history, as a symbol of peace.
Look it up. It's out there.
Okay. And what did they do? They took that symbol of peace and they gave it to somebody and then they made that somebody terrible and heinous and the most tragic events in history. We're talking events that leave scars on generations, right? Because we're all still scarred from it too, right? Because didn't we all watch those movies? And in grade school, I remember watching the little girl in the red coat land in the wagon. Schindler's List. All those movies like that. And they use it to traumatize us as children, right? In the guise of teaching us our history. But it's a racial trauma for the entire human race. And that's what we got to understand, is that a lot of our history is somebody else's story that they've used in a way to traumatize. And it's not saying that some of these traumatic events didn't happen. Don't get me wrong. It is a way to traumatize the entire human species with a memory that may or may not be true. And at the same time, they dealt a blow to a universal symbol of peace And now you can't look at a swastika without thinking Nazi. Am I wrong?
Didn't
I don't think I am.
no.
No.
That was on the belt of that giant. Remember that design on his belt?
And
Yep.
and this is what I'm saying. Now think about what they're doing with the word tribe. That means family and wholeness. 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 Holy should be WHOLY. Whole, meaning being whole.
Yeah.
Not holy as in HOL. Drop the E, add the Y. Okay, that's not how it really is supposed to work. And we really need to understand at a very basic level and start asking these questions about what they've done with our language. Our language, all English language and half of the spoken languages across the world are based on a Phoenician alphabet and the Phoenician writing system, even though that was not the first writing systems available around the world. Right? So when we understand that, we can start to see the little chips in the facade of the history that they've shown us. And if you look a little deeper into those cracks, you find that there's all kinds of histories that they have not shown us and that they have intentionally hidden from us. They've intentionally killed us off several times and repopulated. Ask yourselves about the orphan trains of the 1800s. Go look those up for a little bit. I bet you'll be very, very interested in what you find. Go look up mud floods.
And the people who were involved.
I researched bicycles last night.
Yeah. Fasces.
Yeah, but bicycles from what century?
Yeah.
2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
When bicycles weren't even invented yet, supposedly.
Right. Exactly.
So there's a lot out there. You know,
You can find postcards from the early 1800s that have trams plugged into electric charging stations. Did you hear what I said about that, right? Postcards from the early 1800s with trolleys, whatever you call them where you're at, plugged into electric charging stations in a time when we only just supposedly discovered electricity.
So you already got charging stations for batteries.
And electric motor cars
Yeah.
for multiple passengers.
Come on
Yep.
now.
I would love to hear a reasonable explanation on that one.
That
Or
one's just
Paris
blatantly
Paris
right out there.
being
That's
the city
sad
of
part.
lights since the 11th century. The city of lights. What a nickname. Brighton, England.
Yeah.
Bright town. Think about what these words truly mean. And then start looking at some of the older buildings around those areas. Just look up historical sites and pick a town anywhere in the world or a country. And you'll be astonished at the things you'll find. Things that used to be easily accessible to us. Do you think for a minute that these public bathhouses would be everywhere around the world? Roman bathhouses, English bathhouses, Turkish bathhouses, India bathhouses. Guarantee we had bathhouses in America too.
Yep.
Guaranteed they contained healing, frequency, and light charged waters.
Not too long ago, back in the 80s, wasn't it? Too.
Well,
Became
in
a
the
big
80s,
popular thing again.
hydrotherapy became popular again in
Very
the
popular.
80s, and
Yeah.
then they
They kinda
put a
dwindled
face
off.
guy out there for it, and then
Yep.
they dogged him.
Yep.
And see, this is the game they play. And now nobody believes in the healing power of water.
See how this works.
And I see now
It's
I
over and over and over.
I liken the waters of the earth to the roots of the plant there on Avatar, on that movie Avatar.
Oh man!
Right?
Yeah.
The trees were all connected by the roots all across the planet and could communicate. What do you think our waters do? Why do you think they poison water holes? Every water system on this plane is connected to every other water system on this plane. It's literally the blood veins of Mother Earth. And so they poison one, and where does it go? Everywhere. It goes everywhere.
You're cracking me up.
Sorry. Glad I could amuse you.
You're exposing our research.
Well, I mean, my research goes all over the place, but
Yeah.
when I
just
research
wanted.
one thing, I try to find how does it connect to everything else, because everything's
Right.
connected.
Everything's connected.
Everything is connected.
See, that's not a bad thing. A good thing is what I was going to say is I'm at the point in that in that research. I want to know what these big old wall size, church size organs are about.
You know what they're about.
Yep, that's all.
You know exactly what those are about.
Yeah, I know.
That's the frequency.
Yep, I want to learn more
ancient
about how.
temples,
I want
the
to
ancient
know
temples
about
in
its
India.
uses. All its uses.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes. Oh, you need to go watch. Man, if you guys haven't watched that Michael Tellinger one, I was telling you about one of his most recent ones, Michael Tellinger, and he was doing a talk, and he was explaining about electricity, the flow of electricity, how we are made up, and then, oh my gosh, it will blow your mind. It will absolutely blow your mind. And the original Rife journal, and I know you guys have heard about Rife, R-I-F-E, Rife technology. This man came up with the frequencies for healing different things eons ago. Well, not eons.
Yeah.
But like what? Late 18th century, early 19th century? When did he live?
What was
Rife?
Rife?
R-I-F-E? Anyway.
18th.
Yeah. Rife machines exist. Matter of fact,
Oh yeah.
we actually know somebody that has one.
You remember when the people gave me that practice, that trial period, honey?
What?
Remember we went to see your mom, and I had them people who did just that. They captured the energy coming out of the sacred spots in the world, and they gave me a free trial, and I had it on my phone going.
Oh yeah.
When we went to your mom, that's when that weird girl got on me.
Mm-hmm. So she can get on you, but I know what you mean. Yes.
She kind of, I don't know. She wanted me to get her out of there.
Yeah.
That
She wanted you
out.
to take her with her.
Yeah, she wanted us to take her with her, and that's because I had that freak. I don't know. That lady never talked to nobody, huh? Never talked to nobody, man. All of a sudden, she's in on my back, kind of.
Nope. Then your hamburger incident.
Wow.
I don't remember.
You listen to your frequencies.
I don't know how I could find them people again.
See, love pugs, this is what I'm saying. We are the powers that be. And until we stop giving our power to some system, we're not going to be the powers that we are. We are totally, completely capable of living in love light. We're capable of extinguishing the darkness that currently exists without the system. There just has to be enough of us awake.
Systems,
right?
Plural.
Yeah, the systems. Yes, because there are lots of them.
Really? Yeah.
But, and I know it sounds, easy to say. And then everybody says, well, what are you doing? Well, I don't feed the system my energy anymore in any way, shape, or form, unless, let's see, the last thing I had to do and interact with the system, hey, you guys, we got somebody, I need you to block them and remove them.
And you know what?
Exactly. I know I'm preaching to the choir, guys. I know you wouldn't even be here. I get it. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Oh, did somebody block that person?
Which one? Oh, B-Dog. You in there?
I'll block it. I'll just block you.
Grab it.
I don't know if it works from there, honey.
I told you that before. Somebody's getting them because I can't get them. Yeah, I know you guys understand that. But there are people that do listen occasionally later, and there are people that lurk in the background. And so, perhaps, somebody who needed to hear that hear it. Did somebody get that one? Get that bot? Oh, awesome. Thank you, hun. Get that bot. You know,
You know what? It's
they
weird
feed
that we're
us.
talking about this.
Go
Really?
ahead.
It's strange we're talking about this.
Well, I mean,
Guess what? Guess what card I pulled today?
what card?
Raven.
Wow. I'm gonna mute my mic and let you read it.
How strange is that? Hey, how strange is that?
Serendipitous.
Raven represents magic. That's probably the magic within each of us. Okay. Raven, black as pitch, mystical as the moon. Speak to me of magic. I will fly with you soon. Throughout time, Raven has carried the medicine of magic. This has been true in many cultures across the planet. It is sacred in the medicine ways to honor Raven as the bringer of magic. If the magic is bad medicine, the carrier may be honored out of fear rather than respect. Those who fear Raven may do so because they have been dabbling in areas in which they had no knowledge, and a spell may have backfired on them. Rather than analyzing the dark side of sorcery, realize you will fear Raven only if you need to learn about your inner fears or self created demons. Raven magic is a powerful medicine that can give you the courage to enter the darkness of the void, which is the home of all that is not yet in form. The void is called the Great Mystery. Great Mystery existed before all things came into being. Great Spirit lives inside the void and emerged from the Great Mystery. Raven is the messenger of the void. If Raven appears in your spread, you're about to experience a change in consciousness. This may involve walking inside the great mystery on another path at the edge of time. It would portend a signal brought by the raven that says you have earned the right to see and experience a little more of life's magic. Raven's color is the color of the void, the black hole in space that holds all energy of the created source. In native teachings, the color black means many things, but it does not mean evil. Black can mean the seeking of answers, the void, or the road of spiritual or non physical. The blue black of Raven contains an iridescent that speaks of the magic of darkness and a changeability of form and shape that brings an awakening in the process. Raven is the guardian of ceremonial magic and is an insignia healing. In any healing circle, Raven is present. Raven guides the magic of healing and the change in consciousness that will bring about new reality and dispel disease or illness. Raven brings in a new state of wellness from the void of great mystery and the field of plenty. Raven is the messenger that carries all energy flows of a ceremonial magic between the ceremony itself and the intended destination. For instance, if a ceremony is being performed to send energy to a disaster area where people need courage and strength, Raven would be the courier for all that energy flow. The intention would be the intention could be allow the people of the devastated area to feel the concern and support of the participants in the ceremony. If you have chosen Raven, magic is in the air. Do not try to figure it out. You cannot. It is the power of the unknown at work, and something special is about to happen. The deeper mystery, however, is how you will respond to the sparkling synchronicity of this alchemical moment. Will you realize it and use it to further enhance your growth? Can you accept it as a gift from the Great Spirit? Or will you limit the power of great mystery by explaining it away? It may be time to call Raven as a courier to carry an intention of some healing energy, a thought, or a message. Raven is the patron of smoke signals and or spirit messages represented by smoke. So if you want to send a message to the blue road of spirit in order to contact the ancients, call Raven. Or who knows, the ancients may be calling to you. Remember, this magic moment came from the void of darkness, and the challenge is to bring it to light. In doing so, you will have honored the magician within you. We pulled the cards straight, but it's always good to know the reversed. Raven reversed is not to be taken lightly. It can mean that the boomerang is coming home. If you have wished harm to another, beware. You have asked for this harm to teach you in turn what it feels like. If you have not been wishing if you have not been if you have not been wishing evil on another, contrary Raven may be bringing you a warning that you are not equipped to move into another level of consciousness until you have mastered the one you are currently working with. Yet another level, Raven may be telling you that you have forgotten the magic of life and have settled into a mundane rut. If this not rut suits you and you do not want to experience the extraordinary magic in your life, ask Raven to fly through your dreams and give you a taste of its medicine. If you do, you may never be the same again. Contrary Raven may be also pretend at a time of smoky, confused messages that you cannot see or hear because your intellect is insisting that magic is not real. If you cannot imagine or pretend due to your lack of faith in magic or miracles, healing cannot take place. Raven may be pecking at the door to your consciousness, which you will not receive unless you clear the smoke and seek the other realms of imagination and awareness where magic lives. To the right, the contrary Raven, you may need to speak to a trained shaman to clear the energy field you have created. You might need to block some negative energy sent by another person or cancel the harm you wished on someone else. Keep it clean. This is a message when the magic moves into smoky shadow. Seek healing and a clearing of intention. Then reach for the stars and honor Mother Earth and all other living things. Fill your spirit, fill yourself with the magic of being alive and call Raven to teach you the proper way of using energy. Ground that energy so that the manifestation of magic can occur. Do this in love and simplicity. Raven will tell you this magical truth. Never go beyond that which you have prepared and trained for. Life is good, so use the magic to aid the entire family of Earth. There you go.
Wow, that was pretty
That was
awesome
nice.
that came
Yeah,
up today.
That's
cool.
exactly what we were talking about.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the keys
That's
to
strange.
unlock that door to my higher self or the language, whatever it is. That's the key I want.
They're just going crazy. Edge, you want some Raven medicine? Let me let him out.
Alrighty. I think that's likely a good place to leave this today. What do you think?
Pretty good day. I think we
I think that was a
touched on a
wonderful
few
conversation.
things that everybody needed to hear.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Many more to go
Heck
with.
yeah. I
it
think
was
that's
very
a
good
that's
day.
a,
very
a
good
really
day.
great place to leave this lay and let people just absorb everything that
Was
Definitely.
talked about today.
and we are going to be restructuring the show a little bit.
Come the new year, we'll still be doing our lives. Don't know what restructure.
We're going to start sharing a little bit more of our research with you guys. If you are interested in that, let us know. Give us some feedback. so that we know that you're interested in what we're interested in, because we'll help you out with that.
Yeah, it's
Well-
out there, and if you can't find it, we'll look for it, and we'll do it together.
And probably it's maybe well, I'll try my darndest to get some special guests on.
All right,
That would be awesome. We'd love that.
we will be working on that as
You
well.
know, I have a different style of interviewing. It's been
Yeah,
commented.
see another someone else's opinion from the other side of the fire.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I love different perspectives. Just because I don't agree with them, I don't have to agree with them. You're allowed to have yours, and I'm allowed to have mine. That's the beauty of it all.
I'm
Right?
gonna start poking Penny pretty quick here. I'm just letting her heal. I'm gonna poke her and maybe can get her to come talk.
Yeah, sure. I would love that.
Oh man.
I think there are more things than we even can begin to understand. You guys have heard us talk about the old Welsh fella, Erwin Saunders, that we watched. He's captured pixies and goblins and all kinds of small folk on camera.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. There are more things than we have been told exist, and everything that you've been told doesn't exist probably did once. I just want you to think about that. They couldn't have all been making it up, right?
No.
I know some things are symbolic and representational, but if you go in with the attitude of, I have to learn this, I don't know anything about it, forget everything that they taught you, you'll
Right.
learn more.
Yeah.
I promise you'll learn more.
That's what got me going. I started experiencing a lot of things when I put it in my mind that everything they've taught us is bull crap.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
Yep. First time I astral traveled was one of those epiphanies. You know, that was one of those times when I was like, wow. And I really got to understand what it is to look at something from a different perspective, you know. And I tell you, when you start looking at it from that perspective, there's rabbit holes all over the damn place. And there's holes in their story like you wouldn't believe.
Exactly.
The evidence does exist. It is out there.
And that's what we're gonna find.
I'm looking for that astral projection thing. I can't find it. And you know what? I'm gonna pay this website if I have to get that information again. It was the study of the Merkaba, and I was in this. It was hours and hours, and I was like,
oh my!
you know, I
got him, love pugs.
I was trying to get it, you know, in my head and understand it. And that's when I astral projected, and all that time, just that taste of that one time, paid for itself. That see, that's a trigger. That's a trigger.
Oh, I hope she's okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking she overheated. Or her phone died.
Pugs, did you get that guy? I just. All right, awesome. Yeah, it's not letting me do that one. That's okay. Thank you, hon. I appreciate that a lot. All right, well, I guess we're going to wrap it up there. But you guys, there's a lot to. There's some cud to chew on. Coming into this new year, it is going to be important to keep your vibration high, to make your decisions consciously instead of emotionally or reactionally. You know, it's going to be important that you're in control of your emotional state and where you want to go with that. Because I think as we enter this new year, we're going to be kind of entering another bit of a portal. And it's like, you know, you made your choice to live in the light or to live in the dark. And I feel bad for the people who've made their decision not to join us in the light, but that's their decision to make. And I also respect it because I have that decision to make. And my decision is going to be to live in the light.
Yeah.
I don't want, anytime I catch even a smidgen of a negative thought crossing my mind, I shut that shit down.
Yep.
because I have the power to do that. And I know that about me now. And so now, on a very conscious level, I am trying to do that work to deprogram my subconscious. You see? I'm feeding the power back into my own self. And I think that I hypothesize that that is part of the key to unlocking your higher self. I hypothesize that because once you can do that, you can live outside of the ego self. Once you can stop reacting, you know, and making a conscious decision every time to accept or decline this emotional reaction, then you live outside that ego. And I think that's part of the key to going higher. That's just my opinion, but I'm still looking into it. All right. Well, we love you all. Robert, you got final thoughts?
To goosh gosh ga.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
Spirit
that.
in everything.
Everything, everywhere. I love you guys.
Love you too. Love you all out there. Yeah. Me talk
I'm,
away always.
I'm
Since
excited for the new year.
Pappy, I know you're listening to this later. I hope I said it right.
Yeah, I love you, Peps. I know you're going to listen to this.
All right. We love you all, and we will catch you tomorrow. Mañana.
See you tomorrow.
Have a wonderful day.
Love y'all.